In today's video, I'm going to be getting AFL creators to predict the entire 2024 AFL season on Squiggle, game by game. Now, there will be a total of 25 different creators all predicting a unique round of the 2024 AFL season. Also, with all the creators predicting, I'll be hiding the ladder so they don't actually know where the teams are sitting at, so the predictions are more genuine. And of course, at the end of it all, we'll go through the final ladder to see what the AFL creators have predicted ahead of the 2024 AFL season. Kicking things off for this video, we've got the big man himself in Caden MacDonald with the opening round predictions. You know, opening round, your Ds are involved. Quickly before we start, are you planning on going to any of these opening round games, or are you just going to be sitting back on the couch and watching it?
I will be sitting at the SCG for the first game of the year. I will be there.
Wow. There we go.
I cannot wait.
Breaking news. Yeah, definitely breaking news there, champion.
I think I'm going to have to tip the Ds. I think we'll get up by 17 points, but I'm a little bit worried about the forward line. We've got like 5 or 6 blokes out from the forward line, but I still think we'll be able to get the job done. Yeah, I reckon the Lions come out breathing fire. They've got high expectations, but I reckon they're going to get rolled in the first round. So I'm going to tip the Lions by 27.
A little bit stiff on Dos there, considering that this is released after opening round, and I can really give him shit on the 2 games that he got incorrect. Next up, Suns, the Tigers at Metricon.
Yeah, I think Gold Coast are going to win by 35 points. I think it's going to be an emphatic start to the season for them. The Pies are coming off the adrenaline of playing in front of 100,000 people and winning the grand final. It'll take a really professional Collingwood Football Club to get themselves up for this one. They might go through the motions, and after the 1-point loss last year, GWS come out and they pinch it by 10.
All right, we'll start with round 1, and we got Roaming Has alongside me. A big clash to start things off. Carlton v Richmond.
I think Carlton will get over the line pretty convincingly. I'm going to say by 29 points. I think Collingwood will run away with this. Take this one by 13.
Essendon and the Hawks. Bit of a rivalry for yourself.
I'm going to go Hawthorn by 22. Giants are going to clean them up and win by 52. This, I think, will be the game of the round. Geelong get up by 2 points.
Be heartbreak round 1 if that happened.
I'm going to say Gold Coast by 7.
Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs.
I think Melbourne, too much controversy around them. I'm going to say the Dogs by 11. This will be an absolute belting. I'm saying Port Adelaide by 75.
Freo and the Lions, the last game.
I'm going to say Brisbane win round 0. They carry on some momentum over into round 1. They beat Fremantle by 17.
Alrighty, round 2, we got Andy Munro. Big on TikTok with his Guernseys, but is he big on the predictions? Saints v Collingwood Thursday night.
Oh, your Saints. I just have to back in the Pies, unfortunately. 15 points.
Crows and the Cats.
I will be backing in the Crows. I'll go 25 points. I will go Freo. We'll go by 2 goals. And I reckon the D's are going to slide a little bit this year. I'll go the upset, strangely enough. We'll go 5 points. Yeah, SCG. You've got to back in the Swans. We'll go by 30 points on that one. Well, the Dogs are good at Ballarat. I'll go 35 points. If I have to pick one, it'll probably be Port. Go 19 points.
And I think this is the last game of the round. West Coast and the Giants at Optus.
I think the Giants will have to get a big win here. We'll go 50 points.
Alright, now off to doing round 3. We've got Checkman with me from Marmalade. Let's kick things off with Brisbane and Collingwood. What do we reckon?
Oh, grand final rematch. Collingwood by like 12 points.
North and the Blues. I think this is Good Friday.
Carlton, 35 points. Adelaide by 14.
Bombs and the Saints.
Well, we're both Saints, man.
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep the Saints.
Only one obvious answer here.
Let's go by like 18 points. At Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide by 15.
The Doggies and the Eagles. Can the Eagles do it again?
Doggies by 45. Sydney by 22.
Big game.
Easter Monday clash. That's a good clash. Let's go Hawks by 10.
Alrighty, now the gather round rounds, and we've got Checkers for round 3, Shrey for round 4. Let's kick things off with a big one. Adelaide and Melbourne, your Crows. What do we think?
It'll be tight. I reckon the Crows by 5 points.
Lions and North at Norwood.
It'd be rude not to go the Lions. Yeah, I think it'll be Lions, but I think it'll be closer than everybody thinks. Probably 25 points. Yeah, Port 36.
West Coast Sydney at the Hills.
Yeah, it's going to be Sydney by 50 plus. 52.
Freo and Carlton. Now, quick one. Blues have never won at the Adelaide Oval yet.
Might go Freo by 2 points. Switch it up. Let's
Go Freo. We love the upsets.
I reckon Will Taylor would kill me if I didn't go the Dogs. I go the Dogs by 10.
Suns and the Giants at the Hills.
I actually said, we recorded a podcast yesterday, and I said, I reckon the Giants are going to slip to bottom 4, so I'm going to back the Suns in by 27.
Wow, that could be one of the biggest calls all video.
Tigers and Saints, it's got to be the Saints. I think Saints the top 4 this year. You'll love to hear that.
I love it.
So I think Saints by 44.
And last game, Collingwood and Hawthorn.
I'll go the Hawk by a point.
Alright, now on to round 5. We got a channel debut in Coach Cole.
Let's get into it, son.
We'll start off with Melbourne and Brisbane at the MCG.
Brisbane coming off a good year. I'm tipping the Lions, and I'm going by 19 points. I'm going with the Dons here by 23 points.
The Giants take on my Saints in Canberra. What do we reckon?
Giants by 27. Just got to go the Giants here at home. coming off a great season. They want to keep building on that momentum. Got to go the Blues here. Another great finish to the season, and I think they'll do it well. I think at least 6 goals, so 36 points.
Suns and the Hawks at Heritage Bank.
I reckon Dimmer's men are going to get this one done. They've got a premiership coach. Gold Coast by 19 points. Port Power here, I reckon they'll do this by 43. A bit of a flogging.
Cats playing North at GMHBA.
That could be a shellacking. Hard man number 22.
Feel free to go as big as you want.
It's going to be the Cats by 69 points. Oh, I'm going an upset here. After the West Coast abysmal season last year, I think they will beat the Tigers. 15 points there.
I like it. A rare West Coast win to finish round 5. And like that, we have the first ladder check. So after round 5, the Power undefeated. The Giants in second with 4-1. The Dogs as well. The Suns and the Hawks surprisingly in the top 6 with 4-1. Some notable teams out the 8. Collingwood, Melbourne, they start 1-4. And then you got Richmond and North Melbourne, the bottom 2 without a win. Now back to the tips we got for round 6. Jesse from True Footy. Start off with a big game for my club. Saints v the Dogs.
I'm going to go with the Saints at Marvel by 24 points. Home ground advantage. Gotta go with the Crows here. Let's go the Crows by 29.
Collingwood Port at the MCG.
I feel like this game was ugly last year for the Power. I'm going to say Collingwood win this, but it'll be closer. 34 points.
Carlton the Giants at Marvel.
I'll back in the home team to get some revenge by 11 points.
Brisbane at the Cats at the Gabba.
You'd think the home team too strong, but Geelong won't get smashed again. I think Brisbane by 14.
Your Eagles and the Dockers. I didn't even pick this or anything like that. You get the Derby.
Oh, it's a home derby. You'd think that would make it closer. I think Fremantle should win by 28 points. Yeah, I know that's tempting, but
it's very tempting for you. No, okay, fair enough.
I'll throw a roughie upset. Sydney the better team, but Gold Coast win this by 26 points. Massive upset.
North Hawthorn at Marvel.
Should I go 2 upsets? North by 4 points.
It's a big game. Richmond v Melbourne. I don't think this is going to be one that people are going to really want to watch the highlights for. Melbourne by, let's go 20 points.
Essendon Collingwood.
Wow. I'm going to go Collingwood by 37. I'm going to go Giants in a tight one by 13.
Port and the Saints.
I should have picked the bye round, the Saints bye round, so I didn't have to tip against the Saints. You know what? Stuff it. I'm gonna go Saints. I'm gonna go Saints by 2 points to finally beat Port in Adelaide.
I think I went the smart call getting you to do round 7.
I'm going to go Adelaide by 29. Carlton by a flat 5 goals. I'm going to go Freo by 10.
Suns and the Eagles.
I think this might be one of the bigger wins of the round. Let's go Suns by 51.
And now let's do round 8, and we're here with Chris.
First, I'll go the Crows by, we'll say 12 points. I'll go the Blues by 8 points. I'll go the Giants by 15 points.
Remember, upsets. You can go for upsets if you want to.
I'll go the Roos by 5
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I'll go the Cats by 3 points. I'll go the Eagles by 12 points. Reckon they'll upset the Bombers. Well, these two always play in a good contest, but I'll go the Tigers by 11. Oh, we'll go the Dogs by... Oh no, we'll go the Hawks by 5.
Brisbane v Gold Coast.
I want to do an upset, but I still think the Lions will be pretty good at home. I'll go the Lions by 15 points.
Carlton v Melbourne, what do we reckon?
Carlton by about 30 points. I think Melbourne's going to fall off a little bit this year. I think Port by about 10. They're not going to be as strong as they were last year. Freo v Swans, I reckon Sydney by about 35. St Kilda by like 5 or 6. Like a really close margin, like one of their games at their skates.
I'll take that.
Essendon v GWS at Docklands. I still reckon GWS by like 25. I'm leaning towards Richmond by 10 points. Gold Coast play good in Darwin, actually, so I reckon Gold Coast will get up by about 15 points. We'll do Collingwood by about 45. Brisbane v Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval.
You can be as biased as
last
you
time,
like.
I reckon Brisbane by like 6 points. That was the margin of the last game. We played at the Gabba, so I reckon Brisbane by 6.
Alrighty, now it's time to go through round 10, and we got the man himself in Drewzy.
I reckon Gold Coast are on this year, eh? Gold Coast win this one by 37.
Swans and the Blues.
I don't suppose you get any input on this, do you? You just listen.
Not really. Yeah, I just listen.
Sydney get the job at home, 7 points, real tight game. I'm gonna go Adelaide winning. This was the upset. We'll go by 9 points. Giants win that one every day of the week for me. Go by a comfortable 28 points.
Oh, I didn't even plan this. Saints and the Dockers.
Yeah.
Did not even plan this.
I was almost gonna say pick the round that Freo and the Saints play. Didn't even.
Yeah, no, we got it. We got it. If you want to pick the Dockers, you can pick the Dockers.
Well, Freo are a better side than St Kilda. I know you finished top 8 this year.
Dockers bottom 2.
Roll ya.
Bottom 2 Dockers.
5 goals.
Dockers bottom 2. That's all I'll say. All right. Well, I'm not happy now. Lions and the Tigers at the Gabba.
I'm going to go the Lions by 54 points. What's that, 9 goals? Bombers win that by 16 points. Port win that by 37 points. Melbourne by 83 points.
Big on the D's here. I mean, it's against West Coast, to be fair. No, I can't blame you. The ladder's starting to shape up here after round 10 and all interstate top 4. The 2 expansion sides and GWS and Gold Coast sitting 8 and 2. Carlton and Collingwood the only 2 Vic sides in the top 8. Melbourne falling down to 13th with a record of 3 and 7, but a high percentage. And the bottom 4 all have 2 wins, Essendon, Richmond, North and West Coast. For round 11, we have Jasmina and Hannah from the Carlton Besties joining us for their channel debuts.
As besties, we make collective decisions. We don't have individual brains. I have to agree. Yeah, I think it's Sydney too.
Yeah.
I reckon 18.
Okay, we'll go 18.
18? Yeah.
We'll do Collingwood by maybe 54 points.
Alright, definitely not a tip with a heart, I can guarantee that. Next up, we've got North Melbourne and Port Adelaide in Tassie.
Oh, in Tassie.
In Tassie makes a massive difference, I feel.
I still think Port Adelaide will win this.
But by a lot? I don't think by a lot.
By maybe around 2 goals.
Carlton, Gold Coast, Marvel.
Okay, so we're obviously going with Carlton. So 40?
Okay, we'll
41.
Mate in the middle.
Yeah.
41 points.
Giants will win this. Cats are kind of finished.
I agree.
Maybe 25?
25 points?
Yeah.
Richmond and Essendon.
I'm going to go with the Tigers though because I will never tip Essendon.
I know, but
no.
Tigers are going to be bottom 4 this year.
No, they're not.
Alright, we'll do it. Can we do a draw?
Yeah. You can do a draw if you want. That's only fitting considering you both want to go opposite teams.
Brisbane are a lot better at Marvel than they are the G.
I love the Hawks, but we'll go with Brisbane. 19 points.
Melbourne gonna win, bro.
Oh,
St Kilda suck.
I can't say anything.
Yeah, Melbourne are gonna win.
They're gonna win.
As much as it hurts my heart.
Take a close game.
Yeah, close game. Because I feel like it could be
a blowout. 120 and what do you think for West Coast?
I mean, I'd go
35.
1 if I was.
Yeah,
35.
Port v Carlton at home. I'm going to go Port by 2 points. They're going upset. At Marvel, Dogs by 11.
Hawthorn, Adelaide, the MCG.
Hawks at the G, 2 goals. I'm pretty sure in my video, I did tip West Coast in this game, so I'm going to go West Coast by 1 point.
You're a real wanker, aren't you? I knew it was going to happen as soon as I saw the fixture on screen. Cats, Richmond, GMHBA, they haven't played there in a while.
Geelong by 46.
And Melbourne v Freo. I think in your video, didn't you say something about them losing by 90?
I went Melbourne by about 85, so I'm going to do the same thing. Melbourne by 85. I've just got that itch that we're going to get absolutely battered. Gold Coast, Essendon, I will go Gold Coast by 21.
Round 13, we've got one of the more up-and-coming creators alongside me in Menza.
I back Richmond as a bottom 4 side, so I'm going Adelaide by 30 points. I'll back the Dogs to get this done by 13 points.
Your Hawkers v the Giants. Tassie, this is a tough one.
It seems every time we play them, they just beat us. And I see that happening again. I'll say Giants by 7 points.
Jeez, you got probably the worst game of the round here. West Coast, North Melbourne.
This might be an upset. West Coast by 15 points. I kind of hope the Suns do well this year, but I'll say the Saints by 8 points. I see the Swans doing this by 48 points. I feel like this is going to be an absolute belting, and I'm going to go for an upset. I see Essendon winning by 3 points here. Super close game. Kick after the siren.
And King's birthday as well.
I'll go Collingwood here. Collingwood by 10.
Round 14, we've got Ryder Henchie, the big hack himself, as I would say. Brisbane v St Kilda.
Yeah, Brisbane by, let's go 36.
Oh, you are a real prick, aren't you? Well, the Doggies and your Dockers.
Oh, no. I don't think we're going to have a great year. The Dogs list is pretty good, but they just can't seem to do anything with it. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll get this one done. Dogs get it done by 17.
The Tigers and the Hawks at the MCG.
The Tigers are going to drop off. I'm going to back in the Hawks to get this one done by, let's say just a goal. Yeah, I'll go Crows, get it done by 14.
You love to tip an upset.
Should I just do it for the sake of the video?
It'd be funny if you do it, I reckon.
I'll go North by 2.
And I think this is the last one, the Giants and the Power.
Go Giants, I reckon big flog, go 46.
I'll go Carlton, probably 18 points. I think this could be match of the round. I'm going to say Port just because it's home ground advantage, but I'm going to say probably 6 points. It'll be a close one.
Speaking of good games, this could be arguably better. GWS and Sydney.
I'm going to go GWS just because of their hilarious memes on their Instagram account. Yeah, 15 points sounds good. Melbourne will still win, but yeah, let's go with 18 points for that one. Yeah, I got to go my Bombers, but West Coast, I can't see doing too well this season. Even though I don't think Bombers will be a top 8 side, I still think they'll win by, let's go 24 points.
And
sounds
next
good.
up, we got Freo and the Suns at Optus.
So let's go Suns by, I don't know, 8 points.
I like that tip.
Well, with once again another Gold Coast win, we take a look past the bye rounds of the round 15 ladder. And what a surprising top 5 we have. All interstate clubs. The Giants top yet again. The Suns in top 4 contention. The South Australian side's doing well. Hawthorn in contention for the 8 still. Melbourne still a chance with a high percentage. The bottom 4 though, you got the Cats, the Eagles, North and Richmond sitting quite far down. With this side currently in the top 4 for round 16, we're going to be joined by Anthony, ThePear.
Brisbane for me at the Gather, too strong, won't lose there again. Yeah, go 16 points, 3 goals. Essendon in a tight one, I reckon by 8 points.
Suns and the Pies.
Let's go with Gold Coast in an upset by 6 points. Western Bulldogs by 25 points. At the G, Carlton by 40.
Oh, no way. I didn't even set this one up. No way. Saints and Port.
I'm actually looking at attending this game as well in the future, but I'll have to go with my boys. I think we'll win by 13 points. Unlucky 13. I'm going to tip Sydney at the SCG by 20 points. I'm going to tip GWS by 7.
Yeah, I couldn't see you tipping Adelaide, let's be real.
Hawthorn by 35 points.
Brisbane v Adelaide, what do we reckon?
The Lions at the Gabba are too dominant. Lions by 13. I think this is going to be the time where the Bombers finally get a little bit of an upset over the Pies. I want to go the Bombers by a singular point in one of the games of the year. I reckon the Hawks will run over the Cats by about 25 points. Once again, I think the Giants will get the upper hand over the Blues at home this time. I want to go by under a goal. I want to go 4 points. Big margin here. I'm going to go Melbourne by 45. I am going to back in a draw. I want to go a draw at Marvel. It's going to be one of the all-time rounds.
Wow.
Happening.
Massive. Well, that's the second draw we've gotten so far this video.
Yeah, I reckon Saints by about 13.
Definitely take that. And the Power take you on your Dogs at the Adelaide Oval. This is a big one.
We'll go Bulldogs by now.
You can go the Dogs if you want.
I just don't think we're going to beat Port at home, so I'm actually going to go Port Adelaide by about 25 points.
Freo and Richmond at Optus.
We'll give Freo the benefit of the doubt. We'll go Freo by about 7.
Going to go the Pies at the MCG. Hard to back against them when they play there. Let's go 11 points. This will be a big game for the Suns. I'm going to say they get the job done by 21 points. I feel like the Hawks might be in a position to get themselves into finals contention by this point, but I think the experience of the Dockers will come through here and they will win by 3 points. Bombers will finish the season strongly, starting with a big win against the D's by 17 points, and we'll say Richmond by 22. Pretty straightforward at the SCG. Let's go Swans by 31. It is a big game. We owe the Dogs. So I'm going to say the Blues by 32.
Crows take on the Saints at the Adelaide Oval.
It is a scary opponent. Cardi, I do love you. I do love the Saints, but I think the Crows at Adelaide in 2024 is going to be just too big of a task. So I'll go Adelaide by 8 points. So let's go the Lions by 41.
With just 6 rounds to go, in order to keep up the suspense, we're going to be hiding the ladder for the rest of the video until all the predictions are finished. So at the moment for round 18, this is what the ladder looks like. The teams at the moment fighting still for the top 8 spot. We got Sydney, Collingwood, Hawthorn, the Dogs, Essendon, Melbourne, and even St Kilda and Freo. Round 19, we've got Riles Macca and a Brisbane v Sydney clash. What do you reckon?
Pretty one to kick off with Brisbane and Sydney. So I'm going to tip us. I don't know, a bit of an upset. We'll go a cagey affair, us by 8 points. Carlton convincingly, we'll go them by 32. And I'll go Adelaide. I think they'll get the upset with this result here. We'll go them by 15 points. Yeah, I'll back in Geelong here because it's at home. We'll go them by 16.
Giants and the Suns.
I'll go GWS, convincing one here by 31. Oh, Hawks and the Pies. Bloody hell, this result last year. Hawks got up. Another Hawks and Pies upset, go by them by 17. I think the Saints will win comfortably here. We'll go them by 35. Port and Richmond, Adelaide Oval. Port will get it done here, but a close one. We'll go Port Adelaide by 7.
Fremantle and Melbourne at Optus.
This is a result I think I see the Demons just very good when they need to dig deep, and on the road they can be a good side too. So we'll go Melbourne here, then by 13 points.
Carlton v Port Adelaide.
Going to tip the Power just by 10 points. I think this will be a one-sided Pies by 50 points. I'll go safe. I'll go Brisbane by 15. Yeah, the MCG. I'm all aboard the Giants bandwagon last year, and I'm going to continue that this year. The Giants by 10.
North and the Cats.
This is in Tassie, so you're going to upset some Geelong fans here. And if North are going to Geelong are going to be on that decline, I'm going to go the Roos by 1.
Saints and the Bombers. You got to help the Saints out.
They're on the decline. They may have taken Gresh from us, but we're going to take the 4 points. We're going to go Saints by 30 points. I'm going to go the Swans by 30 points as well. This is an interesting one. If the Hawks are going to be on the improve, I'll go Crows by 8 points. Sorry, Shannon. Freo by 15 points.
All right, let's get into round 21. We've got Will Taylor alongside me, and a big round actually, starting off with a big clash between Carlton and Collingwood.
I think Carlton do them by 15 points.
Bombers and the Dockers.
Bombers win by 40. Geelong will pants Adelaide here. They'll do them by, I reckon, like 45 points. I reckon the Hawks win in a nail biter by 8 points. Saints do them in 11 points.
Love that. Dogs and the D's.
I think the D's will get it done by 20 points.
Put Adelaide and Sydney at the Adelaide Oval.
You'd think Port Adelaide, but I reckon Sydney will get it done by 8 points.
West Coast, Gold Coast, Perth.
Gold Coast by 24 points.
Alrighty, round 22 now. We've got Connor Rogers, Brisbane and GWS. Let's go.
Go on the Lions by 15.
Carlton Hawthorn, your club.
I'll back him. This is our year. I'll go the Baggers by 42.
Go big or go home. Essendon or Gold Coast at Marvel.
Oh, I reckon Essendon will be in the finals hunt, and this is
Really?
where they fall on the ladder. I'm going Gold Coast. Gold Coast by 15 points.
Melbourne Port at the MCG.
Mate, that is a monster contest, but I'm going to back in the D's by 3 points. North by 30. I'm going to go Richmond by 3 points.
You're never big on the Saints, are you? You're never big on us. Sydney Collingwood at the SCG.
I'm going to go the Swans by a goal. Finally, Collingwood start losing the close ones. I'll go Crows by a goal.
And I think this might be the last one. Freo Geelong.
Go the Cats for a minor upset. The Cats by 10 points.
Round 23, and we begin with Collingwood and Brisbane.
Obviously a huge Pies fan, but I think at this point of the year, the Pies will be resting a few players. Dacos will already have the Brownlow locked up, so I'm going to go Brisbane by 13 or 14. Essendon suck. So give me Sydney by 6 or 7 goals, 30 plus.
Suns and Melbourne at Metricon. This is actually an interesting one.
Give me Gold Coast, and they win that to sneak into the finals. Same thing, Fremantle, Essendon. I just don't believe in them at all. Giants will smack them by 30 odd.
Another big game. Hawks and the Tiggies at the MCG.
I really like Hawthorn. I think by this point of the year they'll have their injuries back. Give me Hawthorn as a good end of season boost for them by 17. Yeah, I'm gonna stroke your ego a little bit here, but St Kilda's gonna smack them. St Kilda by 35. If they're gonna win a game, it's gonna be like 120 to 125. They're not gonna stop anyone, and they're not gonna stop the Bulldogs. So Bulldogs by 42. Well, showdowns are always close. Yeah, give me Adelaide. Give me Adelaide by under a goal.
West Coast Carlton Optus Stadium.
Do I just give West Coast a win? Yeah, you know what? I believe in West Coast. Harley Reid at this point of the year is going to be a superstar. Carlton to be resting players. And they'll probably, like 90% of their players will be injured. Give me West Coast by 13. I want West Coast to get a win.
And just like that, we've got one more round to go. For round 24, Jordan McCleery joins me in predicting the final round of the season. Where are you right now? Just before we get into...
I'm on the 90 mile straight, so Australia's longest road. Yeah, we're just isolated in the middle of nowhere.
So let's get underway with Brisbane and Essendon at the Gabba.
Brisbane, I think they'll smash the Bombers. We'll go 44 points. Sorry, Cardi, just the Baggers by 17, I reckon. Yeah. Geelong by, let's go 55.
Hawks and North at Tassie.
Let's go North. I'm going to go North, just something different. I'm going to go North by maybe 22.
Now, your D's and the Pies. I'll say this. I know for a fact that these two clubs are not comfortably in the 8. In fact, they might not even be in the 8 at this position.
I've definitely got to pick Melbourne then. Chuck us up by 2 goals. I'm going to go Gold Coast by, go 15. Sydney actually by 27. Well, I'm going to do that back-to-back Giants, beat them in Ballarat. And then I'm going to do Giants tight one by a goal.
Freo Port at Optus.
I'm going to go Freo, I reckon. Change it up. I think Port usually get them. Freo by 15.
Alrighty, well, all the creators' predictions have now been finished, and we have a ladder that is now set. Let's go through it. We'll start with 18th position. Bottom of the ladder, we got Richmond. Bit of a surprise. I actually thought it'd be West Coast. Let's finish off the bottom 4. We got West Coast, North Melbourne. No surprise there, but then we got Geelong, which I find a bit surprising, the fact that they've dropped so far down into the bottom 4. 14th position, we got Essendon. Yeah, that's fair enough. I see him finishing around that mark. Fremantle in 13th. Again, that's pretty reasonable. The Bulldogs end up finishing 12th after such a good start I saw in their predictions. Wow, look at this. 11th spot, it's Collingwood. They missed out big time with just the 10 wins. When you really think about it though, without a ladder, it's actually not surprising. A lot of people probably don't want Collingwood to do well this year, so they just thought I'd tip against for the upset. 10th position, we got the Saints, great. We don't make finals, and it's because we've literally got tipped to lose against the bottom 4 clubs, so thank you guys. And the unlucky team that ends up finishing 9th, we've got Melbourne. So there you go. They fall out the 8 there. A lot of people aren't really sold on the D's this season. Now, the top 8 is pretty interesting. Let me just tell you that. In 8th position, we've got Hawthorn. Hawthorn have managed to scrape into the 8 with a percentage of under 100, thanks to every man of the Dogs seeming to be bullish on the Hawks, tipping them in all these close results. 7th position, we got Port Adelaide. They actually fell quite a few spots after being the 4 not that long ago with 14 wins. And their crosstown rivals in the Crows in 6. So they make the 8. I think that's a fair enough. I think Adelaide and Port, they're fair predictions. In 5th position, we got the Blues. Again, I can definitely see that happening. Not too bad. The top 4, we got Sydney. In 3rd, we have Gold Coast. Gold Coast Suns have made 3rd somehow. Brisbane in 2nd. And GWS finished 1st. What a crazy top 4. The entire top 4 are all filled with interstate clubs. 6 of the top 8 are filled with interstate clubs. And it seems like everyone just loved the Suns. Well, since we have the ladder made, we may as well predict some of the finals as well. So let's take a look. For the first week, qualifying in ELMs, we've got 3 state rivalry finals. Imagine how crazy that would be. All interstate though. So GWS v Sydney. I think GWS always get the edge over the Swans. And I think this year they can win that one at home. Brisbane v Gold Coast. I have to go Brisbane at the Gabba. There's no way Gold Coast win, right? Surely in a final. Adelaide to beat Port as well, I reckon. Just edging it out in the showdown. And then Carlton Hawthorn. You got to go Carlton to win this one massively. Big smashing. The semis. I'm going to go Sydney just over Carlton. A close game. SCG. And then Gold Coast Adelaide. Both sides have barely any finals experience. But because it's at Gold Coast home ground, I actually reckon in real life the Suns can win this, like in this round 1 fixture. The prelim finals, we've got the 2 expansion sides, the Giants and Gold Coast. I reckon Giants have to win that. And then Brisbane, Sydney, if it's at the Gabba, we'll go the Lions. And then the grand final, well, I had it from the start. I said the Lions. So the Lions for mine win the grand final. But that'll wrap things up for this video. I appreciate all the creators for hopping on and participating to be a part of this video. The links will be down in the description. Obviously, there were heaps of other creators that I would have wanted to get on as well, but look, I can't get everyone on, unfortunately. So if you want to see more videos involving creators, comment down below and leave a like. Let's try and get to over 500 likes in this video. Thanks you for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.